Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tastefully Balanced. I'm Miriam and I am back today with an episode on how to make fruit leather dupes. Now this is a recipe that I started last year to be honest, but I just could not get it right. I finally have and I wanted to share with you guys. So these are going to be mango flavored. So if you guys love dupe videos, please subscribe and keep watching. Alright, welcome back. So to make these mango fruit leathers, the first thing you need to do is take a baking tray and line it with some Silpat. Now, I had to use Silpat because anything else that I used just did not work for me. I used wax paper and the wax paper really stuck to the fruit leather, so that didn't really work for me. My oven goes up to 170 and I just didn't feel comfortable putting a plastic wrap on my baking tray, so Silpat was the way to go for me. I'll go ahead and leave a link to the one that I bought in the description box below, but any Silpat mat will do as long as it fits your baking tray. Alright, the first thing you want to do is chop up your fruits. So in my case, I used 2 champagne mangoes, but you can use anything that you want. It just needs to roughly be about 2 cups worth. And then you want to taste for sweetness. If your fruit is already sweet, then you really don't need to add any sugar. In my case, my mangoes were just a little bit tart, so I went ahead and added a tiny bit of monk fruit sweetener. And that is it. You're going to put this in a blender. In my case, I just put it in my NutriBullet and I blended it until everything was a nice puree smoothie texture. And then what I do is I just take my baking tray that I have my Silpat mat on it and go ahead and just spread out that puree, the mango puree, in as thin a layer as you can. Just make sure that you don't go all the way to the edge so that you can peel it off later on. And really that is it. You want to put your oven at a temperature that is the lowest that your oven will go. In my case, mine was 170 degrees, but some ovens can go down to 150 or even 120, but I just left mine at 170. I went ahead and just put my fruit leather inside and I let it bake for 3 to 4 hours, as long as you really can, until the middle feels nice and not very tacky, so when you put your hands on it, it won't be very sticky and it'll be completely dried out. And what I did actually is after the 3 hours of leaving it in the oven at 170, I turned off my oven and I just left it in the oven overnight. And in the morning, it was perfect. You were able to just peel it off the Silpat very, very nicely and easily. What I then did is just rolled it up and cut it into little strips. That way it kind of looks like a fruit leather, but you can see that it's just perfect. It's exactly like the things you find at the store, honestly, and it tastes exactly the same. And then this way, you can make sure that you know exactly the ingredients that are going in this. For mine, it was just mango and a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. You can use any type of fruits, you can use any type of sweetener, you can even leave out sweetener. I have some ideas on variations of this that I'm going to test out and try out before I share with you guys, but I'm very excited that I finally got this to work. Alright, there you guys go. That is my dupe for fruit leathers. Very easy to make. Does take a little bit of time, but not much effort, so definitely still worth it. And most of the time it's just in the oven. So I would highly recommend this recipe, and please let me know if you guys want to see other variations of this in the comments below.